Well, hello everyone. This is Carrie Beck with How to Homeschool My Child and Life Skills Leadership Summit. I'm super excited to be here tonight because we're going to talk about one of my passions, life skills. I think too often homeschoolers spend so much time in academics and textbooks and whatever that they forget to prepare their kids for real life. And that's the beauty and the freedom of homeschooling, is to actually prepare your kids for real life. So let's talk about that. Let me ask you a few questions, okay? And I'm going to read these because I haven't got them memorized. But have you spent all your time buried in the academics, so much so that you forgot about real life skills once your kids graduate? You don't even know what's going to happen to them. Have you helped them manage their money or their credit cards? Or are they going to be knee deep in debt after they get those cards? Have you taught them about relationships, dating and marriage, or have you modeled time management and organization skills? Well, what about business, computer, or communication skills? There's a lot of real life skills that we need to be preparing our kids for. And too often they get like pushed over to the back burner and we don't do anything because we think all we need to do is check off that curriculum checklist. But tonight, what I want to do is share one tip in these many areas that you can actually use in your homeschool, one for each one of these areas. And then I'm going to give you some resources for you to be able to go and learn more and be able to get more help. So we're going to just jump right in. If you're here, feel free to leave a comment. Tell us who you are. Tell us how many kids you're homeschooling right now. And if you have any teenagers, that would be awesome, because a lot of times when kids get in the teens, we all of a sudden think, oh, have we prepared them? So let's talk about communication skills, public speaking skills. Have you done anything to help your kids be able to communicate in a public setting? A very simple way you can begin, even at a very early age, and we did this with our kids, is reading a poem aloud each morning. You see, every morning we had family time. It was like in the other room right over there. And we had 3 or 4 fun poetry books, and every day the kids had to choose one poem, and then they had to open it up and actually present it to their siblings. Now, it wasn't like a group of 500. Even a group of 2 is better than nothing. They had to actually be able to communicate and be able to public speak and do the real life skills like that just by reading a poem. And so that was a very simple way. It's really interesting. I was visiting with a friend of mine, Jim Hodges, who does public speaking for a living, and he was saying how they did similar things with their own kids. All right, so that's communication skills. The next one, let's talk about relationships and team building. Here's a fun idea. If you want to build teams and encourage your kids to be a part of a team, you may not be part of a sports team, but one thing we would do is we would clean the home as a team. We would set the timer for an hour. At this time, I had already taught my children how to clean a toilet, how to clean the sink, that kind of thing. This was beyond, we were past the point of teaching them the details of how to clean a house. And so one way we built a team is we would all work together, and if everyone cleaned their part of the house with the timer, before the timer went off, we'd either go get ice cream, or we'd order pizza, or we'd get movie and a pizza. There was some sort of reward. The reward was based on our family working as a team. And I think team building is so important. Your kids are going to grow up. They're going to go off to jobs where they have to participate as a team. Do they know how to be a team player? Do they know how to relate to other people? This is a huge skill. I don't mean just husband and wife, and that is really huge. I mean just relating to people. Or do they just sort of do their own thing in their homeschool, in their own little family? So that was one way that we actually work together as a team. And like I said, feel free to leave a comment. Just tell us how many kids you're homeschooling right now. Another real life skill is the idea of business and entrepreneurship. I actually have been an entrepreneur for many decades. I'm very old, and I actually started selling stationery door to door when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I would make a little bit of profit. My parents would let me do that. And I really think that was the beginning of my entrepreneurialism. My son Hunter, when he was probably about the same age, he always is looking for ways to make money. So one thing that he did was he wanted to sell things on eBay. So we would actually go to garage sales or yard sales, and we would find things that we thought would sell. The cool thing was, I don't have my phone, but you could have your phone and you could actually do a little research at the garage sale or the yard sale and see if it would work. There was one yard sale we hit up, and there were about 10 games, and I spent $30 on those. And Hunter decided which ones he wanted to sell on eBay. And there were a few, it's like, no, Mom, there is no way I'm selling that, just because he had a sense and he had done the research, and we had taught him how to do research from a business and a money standpoint. And so he decided which ones he was going to put up. He wrote the entire listing. He took the pictures and everything. One of them was the dating game. Now, I don't know if you're as old as I am, but back in the 60s, there was a dating game. And in the middle of the board, there was a little door, and you turn the knob and you would get to find out who your date was. And he's like, Mom, that's a really good one. So I said, okay. So he put it up, and we were thinking he might make $40, $50. The day before it ended, he was at about 70. So I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And he had actually come down the very next day and said, Mom, do you know where my game is? And I'm like, no, I haven't looked at it first thing in the morning. And at the time that was when it was about $70. He actually went over to a friend's house that night, and there were about 4 or 5 boys that were spending the evening together, and they were refreshing the eBay screen every few seconds to see how Hunter's game would end up. And you won't believe this, but this child sold that game for $173. That is real life business skills. That is real life skills. Now, he did not take $173 and put them in his bank. He had to pay me back for the game that I had bought at the garage sale. He had to pay me for the eBay listing. He had to pay me for the postage. And so he probably netted, I don't remember the exact amount, but $150 something. I would say that's a really good return for a $3 game that we bought at a garage sale. That is real life experience. That is real life skills that will impact him and has impacted him. And I actually am interviewing him as soon as I finish this with some leadership ideas. And he is one who would move forward. I told the girls about it because they were still at home. And I said, and they were like, oh, everything Hunter does turns to gold. And he does actually have an entrepreneurial spirit. So communication skills, business skills, relationship skills. Let's talk about computer skills. This is not my strength. I am probably better than the average person, but it is still not my strength. But it is necessary in our world today. And I'm not talking Facebook skills and Instagram skills or Snapchat or whatever the latest teenage computer skill is or phone skill is. I'm talking about how do we use some of the software so that your kids are prepared for real life, real work, real management and everything. One of the ways I would encourage you to do is maybe have one of your children manage your family calendar on Google Docs. That's what we did. We actually set up a family calendar, and each child had a different color, and it allowed us to be able to manage what was going on. And that was a real easy way. And they had to learn the skills of Google Docs and Google Calendar. It may sound simple to us, and your kids probably already know how to do it, okay, but some don't, and we need to give them those real life skills. What about finances and money management? I'm telling you, this is probably one of the biggest problems with the kids today. They think a credit card means you can buy anything. They don't realize that at the end of the month, someone's got to pay for that. Have you been teaching your kids finance and money management skills? I will tell you, a friend of mine, and this was back in the 2000s, like about 2003 or 4, a friend of mine, her husband would get every single one of their kids a credit card when they were in 10th grade. And then he would meet with them every month, and they would reconcile that credit card. And that gave 3 years with a dad walking with the kid to make sure they understood what a credit card was all about and how to manage their money. We did something similar, but we gave our kids a debit card. And that debit card was instant. It was like if you didn't have money in your bank account, you weren't going to go anywhere. And I will tell you right now, I have 3 kids. They're all grown. They're out of the house. They're all graduates. And they all are very good at budgeting and managing their money. I don't think any of them are like up to here in debt. And that's a good thing. I think it's because we taught them, one, self-control, but we also taught them how to manage their money with a debit card. If you can manage it with a debit card, you can hopefully transfer that to a credit card system. And they seem to have all been able to do that as well. Another life skill is self-care. And I don't mean like woo, woo, woo. I mean strengthen your mind. Take care of your body. And the number one way, if you've been around me at all, I am a faith person. I believe Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and that's the only way I'm here where I am now. The only way you can strengthen your mind is through prayer, reading your Bible, and listening to God. And then I pray every single morning that my family would put on the armor of God daily. So that is how I self-care. And I would encourage you to teach your kids, give them opportunities to read their Bible and talk to you, to pray together, to keep a prayer list, to listen to God. Give them those ways and model that for them. Another life skill is time management. And I will tell you, Gentry was telling me that none of her friends in college, this was back 10 years ago, none of her friends in college could manage their time or study well. They didn't have the skills because all they had done is they had hopped on that conveyor belt of public education, and then they hopped off because someone gave them a degree, and then they went to college and they didn't have a clue what they were doing. She had study skills. She had time management skills. One of the ways that we did this is in high school, when they turned 9th grade, they started writing their own lesson plans. They started planning their weekly lessons. I didn't tell them what to do. They took lead in what they were doing. They weren't just following me. They were leading. They were planning. They were organizing. And so that is a really important thing. If you have teenagers, they need to be planning. They shouldn't just be listening to you. They should be making decisions about what they are actually going to be studying. And my kids did. Ashley did not even finish Algebra 2. She got a college degree. She got a teaching certificate. She is now working on a seminary degree. So I don't think Algebra 2 held her back. She had to take math in college, but she could figure it all out because we'd given her the tools of learning. So we have communication skills, public speaking, relationship and team building, business and entrepreneur, money management and financial skills, computer skills, self-care, and time management. That is a lot. I've given you a little bit of help in each one of those, but I want to give you a resource because I just wonder, are your kids going to be prepared for real life? So what I'd like to do is offer you a resource. It's called Life Skills Leadership Summit. I think the link is in the description here for this video, and you can actually go get a free ticket. It is February 22nd through 26th, and I will be the hostess. And we have speakers in all of these areas. These are experts in each one of these areas to help you, but we also invite your teen to come and attend this event. This is for moms and dads, but we also believe that it's important that our kids start learning life skills. Like, how do you build a website? How do you manage your time? How do you manage your time when you stink at it or when mom stinks at it? How do you have that vision for business? There's a lot that goes on. And so we want to give you and your teens the tools that they need. So you can get a free ticket. I believe it's lifeskillsleadershipsummit.com/top. Now, before I close, I do want to tell you that one of the things I wanted my kids to do is to lead and influence well, because I believe all the qualities that I have suggested tonight are qualities of a leader. And so I believe a leader, in addition to having real life skills that we've already talked about, is a lifetime learner. They love learning. They know how to think. They are not just following the media, following the crowd, following their teacher, following whomever. They can think and make decisions for themselves. A true leader can. So they're lifetime learners. They know how to think. They know how to make wise decisions. They are independent learners. And their foundation is character. Those are some other things that we'll be talking about at the summit. But you may be saying, well, my kids aren't going to be CEO or president. Mine aren't probably either. But I knew that leadership was important because leadership isn't being a CEO or a president. Leadership is influence. 99% of our kids will influence others, and we need to be sure that they are prepared to do that well. So that is why I am hosting the Life Skills Leadership Summit, and I am so excited that I can talk to you. Hey, Jade, lots of the workshops look good. I'm looking forward to the one by Andrew Pudewa. Oh, Andrew Pudewa is one of my good friends, and I would just have to tell you, I had so much fun interviewing him about leadership education because he is the person that introduced me to my 4 steps of leadership education. We had a great time, and he will be on day 1. I can guarantee you it is an awesome interview. And I will tell you, I'll just give you a little hint. Leadership education is all about giving our kids freedom, not education so they can obey the teacher, obey the system, obey the media. It is all about giving them the freedom so that they know how to think for themselves and they have freedom to make decisions on their own. So thank you for mentioning that, Jade. I appreciate that. I do want to tell you that I'm giving away some tickets to the Life Summit. It is free. You can go join for free and you'll have 24-hour access after each resource, each interview or workshop is released. But if you would like lifetime access, or if you would like our bonus package for $195.98, you can get the all access pass. You will not pay $195.98. You will pay a fraction of that. In fact, this week it is only $25 for all of that, the lifetime access and the entire bonus package. The bonus package has some awesome ideas for you, like on business skills for your kids, college decisions, career decisions for your kids. There are real life skills in that bonus package, money management resources and ebooks. So if you would like to enter our giveaway, all you need to do is sign up for the free pass and you're in for free. And then come back here, leave us a comment and tell us what is the one workshop or multiple workshops that you are most excited or most interested in. And then this giveaway will go all the way through Friday at midnight, and on Saturday we will choose a winner. If you get the all access pass before we announce the winner and you end up being the winner, we will refund your money. That is not a problem. So if you see that all access pass and you want to take advantage of any kind of special deal that you run across, you go ahead and get it. And then if you win, we'll refund that money to you. Anyway, those are some of the life skill tips that I want to offer you tonight, and also invite you to a free ticket to Life Skills Leadership Summit. I am Carrie Beck with How to Homeschool My Child. Y'all have a great day and a great evening.